Have you ever noticed how your mind keeps talking, even when you just want peace? You sit down to make a simple decision, but suddenly your thoughts become louder and faster. You start thinking about every possible outcome, every mistake you could make, every opinion people might have about you. Minutes turn into hours, and in the end, you still don't take action. If this feels familiar, then this video is for you. Let me ask you something honestly. How many times have you stopped yourself from doing something important, not because you couldn't do it, but because you were thinking too much? Maybe you wanted to start learning English seriously, but you kept thinking, what if I say something wrong? Maybe you wanted to create your first YouTube video, but your mind kept telling you, it's not perfect yet. Or maybe you had a simple idea, but you kept analyzing it until you lost the courage to even try. This is what overthinking does. It doesn't look dangerous at first. In fact, it feels like you are being responsible, like you are preparing, like you are trying to make the best decision. But slowly, it turns into a trap. The more you think, the more confused you become. The more you analyze, the less you act. And without action, nothing in your life changes. Overthinking is like standing at the edge of a road, wanting to cross, but waiting for the perfect moment when no cars are coming. You keep waiting, watching, and thinking. But that perfect moment never comes. Meanwhile, other people cross the road. They are not smarter than you. They are not more talented than you. They just decided to move, even if it was not perfect. The truth is simple but powerful. Overthinking is not helping you move forward. It is holding you back. It keeps you stuck in your comfort zone, where everything feels safe but nothing grows. And the longer you stay there, the harder it becomes to take even the smallest step. Think about this for a moment. Every big success in life starts with a small action. Nobody feels 100% ready in the beginning. Nobody has everything perfectly planned. People who succeed are not people without fear. They are people who take action despite their fear. But when you overthink, you give power to your fear. You let it control your decisions. And here is the most dangerous part. Over time, overthinking doesn't just stop your actions. It slowly damages your confidence. When you keep delaying and avoiding, you start believing that you are not capable. You start doubting yourself. You start feeling like you are always not ready. But the truth is, you were ready much earlier than you think. You just didn't trust yourself enough to begin. Now imagine a different version of your life. Imagine waking up and making decisions faster. Imagine taking action without thinking about every possible mistake. Imagine speaking, creating, trying, and learning without fear controlling you. That life is possible, but it starts with understanding one thing. Thinking alone will never change your life. Only action will. So in this video, you are going to learn how to stop overthinking and start taking real action. You will understand why your mind works this way, and more importantly, how to control it instead of letting it control you. Because once you break this habit, everything begins to change. Your confidence, your progress, and your future. And trust me, by the end of this video, you will not just feel motivated. You will feel ready to take your first step. Now that you understand what overthinking feels like, the next question becomes very important. Why do we actually overthink? Because if you don't understand the cause, you will always struggle to fix the problem. The truth is, overthinking is not a sign of weakness or lack of intelligence. In fact, many smart people overthink more than others. The real reason behind overthinking is something much deeper. It is fear. The first and most common type of fear is the fear of failure. Whenever you want to start something new, your mind immediately tries to protect you. It starts asking questions like, what if I fail? What if I make a mistake? What if this doesn't work? These questions feel important, but instead of helping you, they slow you down. You begin to think more and act less. You try to plan everything perfectly so you can avoid failure completely. But the truth is simple. Failure is a natural part of success. Every successful person has failed many times. The only difference is they didn't stop. When you avoid action because of fear, you don't avoid failure. You guarantee it. Another powerful reason for overthinking is perfectionism. Many people believe that everything must be perfect before they start. You might tell yourself, I will speak English when I am perfect, or I will start my YouTube channel when everything is ready. But perfection does not exist in real life. It is just an idea in your mind. If you wait for the perfect moment, you will wait forever. Perfectionism creates pressure, and that pressure creates delay. Instead of starting, you keep improving, adjusting, and thinking, but never doing. The people who move forward are not perfect. They simply start, learn, and improve step by step. There is also another strong reason behind overthinking, and that is the fear of judgment. You worry about what other people will think of you. You imagine them laughing at your mistakes or criticizing your actions. This fear becomes so strong that it stops you from even trying. You stay quiet, you hide your ideas, and you avoid taking risks. But here is something important to understand. Most people are too busy thinking about their own lives to focus on yours. And even if someone judges you, their opinion does not define you. Your actions and your growth are what truly matter. When you look at all these reasons together, you start to see a pattern. Overthinking is your brain trying to protect you from discomfort, embarrassment, or failure. It wants you to stay safe. But in reality, staying safe too long becomes dangerous for your growth. You stop learning new things. You stop taking chances. You stop moving forward. And slowly, you start feeling stuck in your own life. So remember this clearly. You are not overthinking because you are weak. You are overthinking because you are afraid. And that fear is natural. But if you let it control you, it will limit your potential. The goal is not to remove fear completely. The goal is to take action even when fear is present. Because real growth begins the moment you decide to move forward despite your doubts. Now let's talk about something most people try to ignore: the real cost of overthinking. Because overthinking is not just thinking too much. It is slowly stealing your life. At first, it doesn't look serious. You delay one decision. You avoid one opportunity. You tell yourself, I'll do it later. But later becomes tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. And next week becomes never. And this is how dreams disappear. Not because you were not capable, but because you never took action. Overthinking has a hidden price, and that price is lost opportunities. Think about all the chances you didn't take, the ideas you didn't share, the risks you didn't try. Maybe you could have started your YouTube channel earlier. Maybe you could have improved your English faster. Maybe you could have changed your life already. But overthinking made you wait. And while you were waiting, someone else was starting. Someone else was learning. Someone else was growing. This is the hard truth. Life rewards action, not intention. You can have the best ideas in the world, but if you don't act on them, they mean nothing. Another cost of overthinking is stress and mental pressure. When your mind never stops thinking, you never truly relax. Even when you are sitting quietly, your brain is still working, still worrying, still imagining problems. You feel tired, but not from physical work. You feel tired because of your thoughts. And over time, this creates anxiety. You start feeling nervous about small things. Simple decisions become difficult. Even small actions feel heavy. And the worst part? Most of the things you worry about never even happen. You suffer in your mind for problems that are not real. Now let's talk about something even deeper. Overthinking slowly destroys your confidence. Every time you think but don't act, you send a message to yourself. I can't do this. I'm not ready. I'm not good enough. And the more you repeat this pattern, the more you start believing it. It becomes your identity. You start seeing yourself as someone who hesitates, someone who doubts, someone who never finishes what they start. But this is not who you truly are. This is just a habit you have created. And habits can be changed. Let's imagine two people. The first person takes action quickly. They make mistakes, they learn, they grow. The second person keeps thinking. They plan, they analyze, they wait. After 1 year, who do you think will be ahead? The answer is obvious, not because the first person is smarter, but because they acted. This is the difference between dreaming and achieving. Dreamers think. Achievers act. So here's the reality check you need to hear. If you continue overthinking, nothing will change. Not your skills, not your confidence, not your life. Everything will stay the same, or even get worse. But the moment you start taking action, even small action, everything begins to change. In the next part, we will talk about the most important step: how to stop overthinking and start taking action in your daily life. Now that you clearly understand the problem and its cost, the most important question is this: how can you actually stop overthinking and start taking action? The answer is not complicated, but it requires a simple shift in the way you think and behave. You don't need to become fearless. You just need to learn how to act even when you feel uncertain. The first step is to take small actions immediately. Overthinking grows when you delay. The more time you give your mind, the more doubts it creates. So instead of waiting for this perfect moment, start with a very small step. If you want to improve your English, speak just one sentence today. If you want to start a YouTube channel, record a short video, even if it is not perfect. Small actions break the cycle of overthinking because they move you from thinking to doing. Once you start, your mind becomes calmer and more focused. The second step is to set a time limit for your decisions. When you allow yourself unlimited time to think, your brain keeps going in circles. So give yourself a simple rule. For small decisions, take 5 or 10 minutes. For bigger decisions, maybe one day. After that, make a choice and move forward. This habit trains your brain to become more decisive. It also reduces stress because you are no longer stuck in endless thinking. Another powerful method is to focus on progress, not perfection. Many people overthink because they want everything to be perfect before they begin. But progress is what truly matters. Every small step you take improves your skills and builds your confidence. When you accept that mistakes are part of the journey, you remove a big part of fear. You stop asking, "Is this perfect?" and start asking, "Is this moving me forward?" That one change can transform your mindset completely. You should also learn to control your thoughts by writing them down. When your mind feels crowded, take a pen and paper and write everything you are thinking. This simple action helps you see your thoughts clearly instead of feeling lost inside them. Often you will realize that many of your worries are not as serious as they felt in your head. Writing creates clarity, and clarity makes action easier. Another important step is to change your inner voice. The way you talk to yourself has a huge impact on your actions. Instead of saying, "What if I fail?" try saying, "What if I learn something valuable?" Instead of thinking, "I am not ready," remind yourself, "I will become ready by doing." This shift may seem small, but it changes your energy and your confidence. Your thoughts should support your actions, not stop them. Finally, build a habit of taking action every single day, even if it is small. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. You don't need to make big changes overnight. Just take one step every day. Over time, these small actions create big results. They also build a new identity, a person who acts, learns, and grows without fear. So remember this clearly. You don't stop overthinking by thinking more. You stop overthinking by taking action. Action is the only real solution. And once you start, you will realize that most of your fears were only in your mind, not in reality. Now imagine your life if you finally break free from overthinking. Imagine waking up in the morning with a clear mind, not full of doubt, but full of direction. Imagine making decisions without fear holding you back. Imagine taking action again and again, learning, improving, and growing every single day. This is not a dream. This is a real possibility, and it starts with one simple choice: the choice to act. The truth is, your life will not change because of what you think. It will change because of what you do. You can watch videos, read books, and learn new ideas, but if you don't take action, nothing will move forward. Knowledge is powerful, but only when it is used. So don't let this be just another video that you watch and forget. Let this be the moment where something actually changes for you. You don't need to be perfect to start. You don't need confidence to begin. You don't need to have everything figured out. All you need is the courage to take the first step. Even if it is small, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if you are not sure what will happen, take that step. Because action creates clarity, and clarity builds confidence. Remember this: every successful person you see today was once confused, afraid, and unsure. The difference is, they did not stay in that state. They moved, they tried, they failed, and they kept going. That is why they are where they are today. And you can do the same if you are willing to take action despite your thoughts. From this moment, make a decision. Not a big, complicated plan, just one simple decision. What is one thing you have been overthinking for a long time? Maybe it is starting your English practice. Maybe it is creating content. Maybe it is trying something new. Whatever it is, decide right now that you will take action today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Because your future is created by what you do now, not by what you think about later. Every small action you take builds momentum. And once you build momentum, everything becomes easier. Your confidence grows. Your fear becomes smaller. And your results start to appear. So don't wait for motivation. Don't wait to feel ready. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is this moment. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Because sometimes, one simple idea can change a life. Now it's your turn. Stop overthinking and start acting.